With Vladimir Putin's war in its third week, a diplomatic solution looks more remote by the day as the Russian army continues its relentless assault. Negotiations to end the bloodshed basically going nowhere. Joining us now is Ambassador Paula Dobriansky, a former Undersecretary of State for Global Affairs. Ambassador, welcome.
Thank you so much, Mike. I'm delighted to be here.
I want to play a clip for you from Vice President Harris in Romania yesterday.
In terms of your question about off-ramp, from the beginning, the United States has been attempting sincerely to engage in diplomacy, actively. And from everything that we know and have witnessed, Putin shows no sign of engaging in serious diplomacy.
So, Ambassador, what can the United States and the international community do to get Vladimir Putin serious about ceasefire and/or peace talks?
Well, Mike, I think that's going to be difficult because the fact of the matter is that the Russians and Putin, they're not interested in diplomacy at this time. We've seen it play out in terms of the humanitarian crisis. The fact that there have been these 3 meetings and a call for a ceasefire and a humanitarian corridor. And as we have seen, that innocent civilians, young children, women have been massacred. This was an outcome of one of the talks, and even that has not been held. So there haven't been concrete results. And there's a second point here that I think is significant, and that is the fact that the terms that the Russians have put forward are really unacceptable. First, they call for the entire demilitarization of Ukraine. Ukraine is a sovereign country, and Russia is calling for its demilitarization. Secondly, it calls for the recognition of the independent Luhansk and Donetsk as independent states, and then also to codify NATO, non-NATO membership in its constitution, and then also Crimea, that Crimea will be part of Russia. And the fact is that these terms are ones that the Russians are holding to, and meanwhile, they're going forward and massacring innocent citizens and civilians throughout Ukraine. And I will also just add that here it's noteworthy that during these talks, the Ukrainians have put forward not just only the idea of a ceasefire and humanitarian corridors, but also President Zelensky himself has even indicated that Ukraine would consider taking a path of neutrality. He even has indicated that NATO can be put aside for the time. But again, the terms that the Russians have are rather unacceptable, Mike.
Lots of folks are asking how this all ends. You mentioned Vladimir Putin's terms so far are unacceptable to the Ukrainians and to really the international community. So does he break Ukraine, basically, if he can't have it? How does this all end?
He is seeking to overtake Ukraine, without a doubt. He would like to, with this urging and this requirement of demilitarization. If a country is demilitarized, it's going to be neutral and subservient to Russia. That's what he seeks. I think he also seeks, and we know that this matters, what happens there, for also others. We've been concerned about his expansionist desires and what he has stated. He's targeting Kiev. He's targeting Odessa. He'd like to have to the port of Odessa. So here, I will say that as long as their military operation is sustained, which, by the way, has not been doing well, there is no incentive for any kind of diplomatic result here. I don't see it.
Ambassador Paula Dobriansky, thank you for your analysis. Thanks for your time today.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.